In this vlog series, I am transforming an old 3-story house into an eco home while living in my van conversion. So right now what I'm doing is I'm framing out a bit around the door. So this is the door into the main part of the house. I wanted to cover up this pipe unit, but it's quite wide, and to do that pretty much I'm just going to plasterboard over the beam. And basically I just had a box out above, box out below, and then just get this height. So this is the height correct and level and everything for the door. So quite a bit of fiddly work, but now it's basically ready to put the sound insulation in. And then basically just, finish it off, get the plasterboard on. Plasterboard! Meanwhile, Dave's working away in here. What's going on, Dave?
What I am doing is finishing the plasterboarding, and as I plastered everything, now the last bit before painting is to fill in the gaps between the plasterboard and the wood. It's some acrylic thing that I've never worked with before. But yeah, yesterday I filled it. I actually broke the tube, so I just filled it with my finger, which I think is actually the way to do it. So I'm now just cutting the edge because it's like silicone, it's quite flexible. And then with a spatula, I gently took the rest that we don't need on the wood off. And then we're gonna paint it and it will be done. This is actually the practice room because, there's a lot to learn, and this dark room is the best way to do that.
So this heat recovery unit, that's like inlet, needs to be extended, but I've got the offcuts, the other ones. So it's going to get all the way the back of the wall to the top of the cupboards. So it's a little bit of a pain, but basically what I'm going to use is like hardcore mount adhesive, and I'm just going to basically extend it with some extra stripes of the very same. And I'll cover it up in the end with tape as well. So right now I'm working on the plumbing for my hot water tank and rig this thing up. So basically, I'm going to really explain, this is a pressure reducing valve because you don't want variable high mains pressure going straight into your hot water tank because it could damage it. So basically what it does, it takes it down to probably like 9 bar or something. So this is the water coming in from the mains, got a shut off valve, goes into the pressure reducing valve. And then this line goes to my hot water tank. This is a pressure relief valve in case something goes wrong. And this is a balanced cold feed. So especially if you have a shower which is thermostatic and you want to really make sure it doesn't fluctuate and stuff with depending on your mains pressure, then you have 2 feeds, and the feed coming out of your hot water tank and going into your shower as well from cold and hot will both be balanced, and that will give you a nice stable shower. So that's it. That's the bit that goes underneath the water tank. I've got one joint to solder in. I don't know what I'm doing, but I think it's going to work out the way I'm doing it. It's going to just be hard to take out if something's wrong. So right now what I'm doing is I'm going to basically use wire. So I had to take some wire out because I basically put the wrong colour wire, just being an idiot. And basically I'm going to use this old wire to basically create like a backing for my insulation, because I don't want the insulation just to sag into this hole. So what I'm going to do, I've put in like a network of screws. I'm just going to use these screws like that. We'll end up with a whole network of these wires, which should stop, hopefully, any sagging of the insulation. There we have it, all insulated, it's not falling into the wall. Now basically it's time to get on and put the plasterboard on. I have to like work out, make sure I just know where my plug sockets want to be. It wouldn't be the end of the world if I had to like butcher something and change it, but it'd be better if I just get it right. So that's the only thing I've got to do now. Make sure I'm comfortable with that, and then I'm just going to plasterboard it in. I'm just going to do the roof because the cupboards will come out to like here, and then I'll put it in like a false end anyway, so don't have to worry about the funny shapes on the plasterboard. Save a lot of time. Meanwhile, with coronavirus lockdown restrictions lifting, some of my friends headed to the local crag.
My name is Bronwyn, I'm a rock climber from Canada, and I really like really steep tufa climbing. So this week we've been climbing at Feagles Crag. We've been sort of in quarantine from COVID virus for a while now, and the crags just opened up if you're within walking distance of them. So Feagles is within walking distance of this house, so we've been able to go climb there this week. Really steep route so I'm wearing both knee pads for maximum knee bars, which is really cool. Okay, the first bit is just like a few 2 bolts of sort of slabby, techy stuff, and then you stand on a tuba, and then it actually sort of starts. Shake both arms, and then straight after that, you're into the crux. Sick. So from the top of the crux, the jug at the top of the crux, I grab a tree, which is very dead and very much feels like it's about to come off the cliff. So I hope at that moment that it doesn't decide to come off, and pull myself into this like really awkward sort of stem rest, like kind of in the splits, and you have to like push your face right up into this pile of like dead grassy bird shit smelling stuff, and just like press with both legs and your palms into the hole and face like right in the bird shit. Hug myself for that jug. Make like a kind of power noise, and then match on it, and then you pull up a few moves on like pretty big like tuba jugs into a nice rest. Yeah, the final bit kind of eases off. It starts tending towards more vertical. Okay, that's it.
Sick.
Again!
You know, guess what finally arrived today.